Hey, what's up guys? Midnight Oz. Really quick Akuma Basics Guide. I'm really not going to waste any time here, so I'm going to get straight into it. I'm going to start with jab strings. Jab, jab, jab. Pretty straightforward. You have jab, jab, stand light kick. You have to use crouching jab to get into standing light kick. Like this. So your third string to catch people walking backwards is crouch light kick. Crouch jab, stand light kick. Off all of these enders, heavy DP is consistent as your ender. However, if they are standing, like Tatsu into sweep is your best ender if they are standing. If you're unsure and want a slightly safer confirm, go into light adamant flame into the follow-up if it hits. Note that light adamant flame only combos on crouching light punch and standing light kick. Next buttons to cover. Your medium buttons. Stand medium punch. This is our 1+ frame button. Our +1. Crouch medium punch is -1. However, it is also 6 frames and has a really good hitbox and really good for whiff punishing. It's a very good button to throw out neutral and drive rush into 4+ frames. Crouching medium kick, combined with his really good walk speed, makes it a very formidable low. Combos and frame traps very well into his standing medium punch. Should get good frame data off. Forward medium punch is his overhead. Only -1 on block, +3 on hit, meaning that you can get some very strong combos on hit. Speaking of standing medium kick is very strong in this game for Akuma when it comes to his combo routes. As being a 7-frame button, it is also one of the 2 buttons that forces stand on the opponent. The other button being crouching heavy punch. This is very important for a lot of his more consistent mid-screen and corner combo routes. It also goes into a target combo that ends in a overhead that is only also -3 on block, +1 on hit, and juggles very well inside of the corner off drive rush. And finally, for medium buttons, forward medium kick. Really strong poke, also +5 on hit. So not only is it good for keeping the opponent out, links into stand heavy punch off a drive rush. Can be very hard to check this. Moving on to the heavy buttons, we have stand heavy punch, -3 on block. So in drive rush +1, does not leave in throw range though. However, this is one of his strongest buttons, as this button is extremely hit confirmable. You will find that you could hit confirm into supers or drive rush or even demon very late into this button, much like a can stand heavy punch. Standing heavy kick, Akuma's second plus on block button, being +3 on block. However, this whiffs on crouches on the second hit and can leave you very punishable. So please advise caution or make sure that you can guarantee yourself it will hit in combos before using this button. However, it is very strong on hit and leads to very good combos. So if you can land this button, it is a very good button. Forward heavy punch, long range heavy poke, +4 on hit, meaning that off your bigger drive rushes, you can go into some very strong links like crouching heavy punch. So it's good for routing your drive rush combos off of some of your bigger buttons. And obviously crouching heavy punch. This is a very good anti-air and also a very strong link into some of your bigger specials, being only 8 frames fast. The last button to go off is sweep. Just to note that it is a 9-frame sweep, not a 7-frame sweep like it was in Street Fighter V. Now onto the special moves. Fireball. Very fast and also has slow version. Recovers decently quicker than your standard fireball and is very good at poking at range. You will find that a lot of the time you can throw a fireball, an opponent will jump a reaction, and you will have the time to anti-air. Jumping to punish a fireball is very much a read on this character, so take advantage of that, especially with his EX versions. On top of that, his fireball can also be charged. A partial charge for a 2-hit fireball, or a full charge for a level 3 fireball. This also applies to EX, however, it just has the 1 charge level. for 3 hits instead of 2. He also can fireball from the air. During any jump animation by doing a fireball motion, you can slow your jump arc and throw a fireball down to cover your approach. This can be very strong against characters that lack a Dragon Punch anti-air. However, every character will have at least one option to deal with this move, so use it wisely. If you see that someone does not know how to deal with this, feel free to abuse it. Demon Flip. Not a mix-up tool like in the previous game, very much an approach and get-in tool. Overhead is now at the least +4 on block, but can very easily push into higher levels of numbers, especially when used as a meaty, I think up to +8 or 9. Very strong tool off that. He also has a dive kick, which, unlike in the previous versions, can now vary its angle greatly depending on the kick button used while in the air. So use this to approach from afar and get plus frames by applying the rules of the dive kick and hitting under the waist so that you can get combos on hit or plus frames on block. On top of that as well, he has a slide, following in the same vein as Cammy, now plus on block, however only +2, so not as advantageous as you might think, but still leaves him in range for a strike 3 mix-up. Finally, he no longer has his throw, now has a empty demon flip option where he just demon flips back into a standing state. This recovers practically the second his feet touch the ground, so it's very good at baiting defensive options if you're using this as a meaty option. EX version, much like before, however, instead of being very steerable in the air like in Street Fighter V, goes straight above the opponent, so it can be used as a very good approach tool or used in some combos. Next, we're going to go into Adamant Flame. Adamant Flame is a new move for Akuma, called a Circle Back Punch. Light, -9 on block. Really hard to space this, as a lot of people's crouching medium kicks, which are 8 frames, reach at this distance even when spaced. Pretty hard to use. Try and save light for when you're getting those light confirms as well. On the contrary, medium, actually a lot more usable. Not only has more range, has slightly more pushback and only -4 on block, making it much easier to use as a neutral poke, and basically confirms off each and every single one of your medium buttons. Heavy is the best. Does a launch, which you can combo off in the corner. It is +3 on hit anyway, and also safe on block at -2, which means that this button is plus on block in burnout, so you can use this for pressure during burnout. And EX is safe on block, however, if you commit to the follow-up, provides a wall splat anywhere on the stage, but especially in the corner, where this can net you some really, really, really ridiculous damage. I missed the DP, but you get the idea. Lots of damage there. Please be advised that, like, it's not good to do the follow-ups on block. You will get heavily punished, especially for EX. One tip I can give immediately with this is that your optimal DP combo starter is the first hit of Heavy Adamant Flame, as this gives you access to some really ridiculous damage numbers off the gate if you can punish counter with this move. Now, lastly, Tatsu. Tatsu is really important, they've kind of completely flipped how Tatsu works. Light and medium, now whiff on crouching. So using buttons such as standing medium kick and crouching heavy punch are really important to get these moves to hit. If you are unsure, use heavy Tatsu. In that vein as well, during some of your longer juggles or strings, because only the first hit forces stand and the first hit's very close range, you will find yourself on the receiving end of having this move completely whiff for absolutely no reason whatsoever. Be aware of that. At the same time, EX Tatsu is also following the same rules as light and medium Tatsu. So, Make sure that if you want to use your Tatsu, route into your stand medium kick or crouching heavy punch. In particular, if you want to use heavy Tatsu, crouching heavy punch and heavy Tatsu is a pretty reliable route. If you can hit heavy crouching heavy punch, you'll get heavy Tatsu. Now, onto some basic strings. I've already shown the light strings, so I'll show these on block. Simple, consistent light string. Can't really go wrong with this, right? If you want to get a little bit of extra plus frames so you don't get punished, light fireball puts you at -2. Stand medium punch, +1. Frame traps into crouch light punch, which gets you stand light kick at this distance. So your block string of stand medium punch with no drive rush looks like this. Simple. Drive rush. Jab will now counter hit into all of your mediums. So, jab stand medium punch, jab crouch medium punch. Only difference between the two is the route after if it counter hits. Stand medium punch goes into crouching medium punch. Crouching medium punch either goes into itself or stand medium kick to force stand. There are more optimal routes, but this is a basics guide. These are the basics for you here. For crouching medium punch and drive rush, it is +3. So crouching medium punch can go into standing medium punch into stand light kick fireball as a counter hit string. If stand medium punch counter hits, it's +6. Stand light kick will reach from there. Either that or also crouching medium punch if it reaches. In the same vein, standing heavy punch, much like stand medium punch, is only +1 from drive rush. So, like the non-drive rush stand medium punch string, crouch jab, stand light kick. Now, for combos. Basic combos, as I said before, anytime you get jabs and you're not sure about standing or crouching, adamant flame or DP, medium buttons. Different story. If you're getting crouching medium punch, medium at flame is your follow-up. If they are standing, go into Tatsu, sweep. Sweep is your most consistent option and is not only a safe jump, but is double dash Oki as well. For an auto time throw that hits meaty. This is your best option. Akuma's combos aren't the best mid-screen. It's hard to dump meter without excessively burning bar. And I'm not going to show those combos, as your priority is just pushing someone into a corner to get access to your real damage. Because in the corner, which I'll now move on to immediately, is where all the best damage comes from. In the corner, instead of going into medium adamant flame, your best starter is EX adamant flame. For only 2 bars spent, you're almost hitting 4k damage. There's a lot of damage to be accessed in the corner here. That combo that I just showed there is a pretty optimal 2-bar corner starter off EX adamant flame. If you wanted to spend 4 bars, change to EX fireball, medium kick Tatsu, light DP. For that combo route as well, can also go into level 3 super, and you can kill someone off that. If you only want to spend 2 bars and use a level 2 super, same combo as I showed before, just cancel into level 2 here. Get your wall bounce, and then finish the combo from there. Ideally don't whiff your back heavy kick, but I have seen that people will do a pretty consistent route of just doing after the super. A lot more consistent than trying to get back heavy kick from there. For a 4 meter dump, this is the combo that I found to be the easiest to get out. No timing required. You can just mash this combo out, and this combo will hurt people a lot. Upwards of 6k on a whiff punish. Extremely strong combo route. off that as well. For a meter jump mid-screen, off any button that can get into forward heavy punch, you will route into that, and then loop forward heavy punch into crouching heavy punch, and then choose your ender into a super if you so desire. Now, in the corner, after throw, throwing heavy fireball is +9 on block, and on top of this, beats wake up DP. Giving you access to your really ridiculous damage in the corner there. On top of that, if you want a strike option, stand medium kick is 0 on block after dash. However, if standing medium kick hits because someone's holding up or trying to backdash out of a throw, it is +6 on hit. This means that after throw, you get crouching medium punch into really big damage. Now, I'm going to show 2 more setups. One is for a meaty overhead, and one is for a demon. Basically, with everything I show you after these setups, should be enough to get you into the character and playing it very simply. And you can build your knowledge from what I show here. This is supposed to just be very basic guide, as I said. And I'm kind of rushing this because I don't have my normal recording software, new PC and everything, so I'm doing this on the fly. One go. Regardless, we can do this. Right. After, like Tatsu, sweet. Dash overhead, gets you +5 on block. And then you can combo into that from there. When you have Demon available, and I will have to explain this a little bit, Demon in this game no longer is 1 frame from the input being completed. It is now, if I can pause the game, it now takes 4 frames to get into the Demon Flash, meaning that it is no longer a requirement to be minus on block. You actually want to be, ideally, +4 on block, especially since it's not invincible anymore, and someone could jab you if you get your setup wrong. You want to be +4. Luckily for us, off of the same situation, dash gives us +4. So, on top of having a meaty overhead, when you hit this... Oh, let me not fuck it up. That is the demon setup. You know you got it right when the red and the white recovery is only 1 bar. To actually test this, do your demon, pause the game, set them to jump. If they jump, it means it failed. If they can't jump and it goes into the super animation, it means you got it right. That is the one demon setup that you need, because if they try to jump, again, as usual, big damage. Akuma is very scary when he has demon available. Make use of it off of your Oki options. That is it for the basics guide. I've done this all in one take. I apologize for how brazen and brash this is, but again, don't have my recording software that I normally have on the PC. Kind of forgot about it. That's my fault. But it's not supposed to be very hard. These are the basics. I will make a more complete, longer, comprehensive guide on Akuma when I have time. Until then, it is the 30th of May today. If anyone's going to Battle Arena Melbourne, I will see you there. Thanks.